Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. How's everybody doing today? How is life treating you all? And we are here, quite early, top res one. Probably one of your earliest streams I have seen. Well, I would have done a late stream last night, but somebody didn't want me to. So instead of streaming Arena last night, I was playing Doctors. Sup Rezwan? Sup Scotty? And there you go. Morning. It is morning, isn't it? Alright, so I need to grind this Arena and force that one. Oh, that's fine. Let's just go here. Use the sixes. But Guten Morgen. Need all the arena points. Because I need to get that off. Tired of work early. Well, sorry to hear that as well. But good morning to you nonetheless. What time is it there for you? Ooh, that is juicy. I need to drink up my Red Guardian. Me or something fun. Do you like Ironheart? You mean TV show? I only saw first 3 episodes so far. And it is comically, hilariously awful. Yeah. Okay, yet. Yeah, zone can't sleep. Right. Alright, what's up, Johnny? Oh yeah, you're in the States somewhere. Don't know exactly where, but somewhere in the States. Get up at 5 AM. Oh, that's not good. Why would you do that? Drunk raid? So why do you use it? So through a recap video? Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's how most of the people watch it. I saw like a fair few reviews of it as well, but then I figured, nah, I got to watch this for myself. And yeah, it is hilariously bad. Like, I very much so look forward to watching the last 3 episodes, but so far, she's definitely the problem. She's definitely the villain. Not somebody that I root for. Oh, crap. Well, to be fair, I kind of skipped through most of the boring bits as well, but yeah, no. iHeart is so hilariously dumb. What's up, MCOC Kronk? How are you doing? What's up, Intoxicated? Oh, whoops. Well, I tried. I need to rank 3 my Content Fairy as well. And then I need to rank 3 my... I need to rank 3 my... Red Guardian. And... And Erotic summarized it well. If you want to watch each episode broken down a bit more, then it's, I guess, Disparu who does it. But, you know. can definitely find some Jamesy. Greetings to drunk people. Nobody here is drunk. It's all a marketing scheme. Sober as a daisy he is. Soon Radiant Store reset. Radiant Store is gonna reset in like 4 days somewhere. Soon. I can tell you when Radiant Store resets if you want, but you can see it for yourself. Like any item that you have purchased. Up you all. See, if you go there, go to the Radiant Store, let's say I have purchased some of these ones. Limit resets in 5 days, 11 hours. 5 days, 11 hours. You're asking too much, Rizwan. You're asking too much. In the dog outside in spite of any fireworks. Oh, right. You guys have the Yank Day. Right. It's le 4th. BG to what's today? And I have a little boss. That barely qualifies. Right. I need to buy units. Yeah, I might need to buy units from that store too. Unfortunately. But what can you do? We're gonna be using leader again. Yang Day is also on my birthday, so please post some crystals for boy. Well, I wish I could, but I genuinely don't think I have anything to pop. But let's take a look. Oh, whoopsies. I surely will not. Jamesy going gulagi. This ain't the Yankland. This ain't the Yankland. Because of well, yeah. As far as I am concerned, July 4th already happened. I have a feeling this July 4th could be quite interesting in America. I'll definitely be peeling my eye to the news cycle. Rip who? Oh wait, Rapture? Oh wait, right, poison immunity. Whoops. I chose poorly. Yeah, well. I don't even know who Michael Madsen is. So I can promise you I did not. There's only one country celebrates that holiday. They have done it. Else? Nope. That'd be a negative. But what I gather is that somehow everybody be dying. Oh, come on, fuck. How'd you? Oh, of course. Just die. Talk about. Oh, come on. But Scotty, can you gulag Jimmy, please? I'm actually very interested in this matchup. Ha! If that works, that'll be fucking brilliant. Nice. It works. It does indeed, seemingly. So, yes, free Jimmy. Nobody's coming to free Jimmy. Nice retro for KT in 2025. I hope they took him off well, man. I really do. No, I'm sorry for you, Scotty. You have Yelena, Arnim, or Jacqueline. And I think for the upcoming meta, Zola is who you want the most. I think. If it's with battlegrounds in mind. Abs, Baron, Zemo, and Cassie, and only 2020. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because yeah, Cassie, and they just kind of missed the cutoff because they started releasing all new champions since straight after. Fausti?
Shut up and take my money.
James $5. Hashtag free Jimmy. Soccer.
Dick. Well, Jimmy should be free now anyway, so. Yeah, sure. Thank you for the fiver, Jamesy. Okay. Okay, no. There you go. How many of you know? How many of you know that you can punish Prowler's special attacks? Eh? Took every Titan champ. I pulled every Titan champ. Took Zola, Jean, Spider-Woman, rank 4, Koi, Cyclops, rank 3. Cyclops. What do you like about that Cyclops? Danny was your first 7-star. Not ideal. I don't like him. Why'd you take him up then? How's it going? Could have done with some more sleep. But you know, not awful. Oh, come on. Because he is not a Mr. Useful. Alright, I don't know why I did this, but okay. We're fine. Done. He's Mr. Lamo. Oh my god, he still didn't die. What a penis. You're getting hobgoblins here anymore? Possible. I think that's a realistic expectation. Do you guys know who came to visit? Ta-da! My little baby. He just wanted to sleep next to me, but I put him in front of camera. Look at his white feety. Look at them toe beans. That's like... Oh, okay, enjoy, James. Enjoy. Cyclops literally the most effective. Allegedly, but Kabam no longer holds that opinion, just like Kabam no longer holds that mic. They have a different mic and a different opinion now. Someone decided putting in a new buffed camp breeder is a good idea. Need to bleed opponent. That sounds like a fantastic idea. If you ask me. Oopsies. Okay. So just like, how about you die? Alright, Chi-Chi. Come on then, Chi-Chi. In which quest is that though? Oh, looks like Danny and Faust are about to kiss and make up and go and see each other in real life. Just stay safe, lads. Stay safe. A35 Cosmic Line? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's beat up this loser. I need to put in Warlock in my deck. I am doing no such thing. I'm being extremely sincere. Stay safe and have a happy life, guys. Maybe this is the start of the most beautiful friendship. I swear Jessica Jones would be a great Serpent counter if she actually did damage. You need the Sansa? I need the Sansa what? Jessica Jones? Can't. Poor. Seriously, even the Sansa hits like a noodle? I'd believe that. Well, let's have fun. Not Pride Month anymore. Hey. It is 2025 though. And we don't king shame here on this channel, so as long as they're both consensual and happy, maybe that's gonna be the next wedding. I almost feel like I could invite you guys to my wedding in case you catch the bouquet. Wasn't selling. Well, because they already sold JJ. Shatter is very good for 7, yeah. I need the 7-star Nico, is what I need. Oh, that's what I said. Okay, fine. Reading the whole message is so overrated. And I'd come to your wedding, of course. The guy's in the smart book. Hey, never knock it until you try it. Maybe, I don't know. What's up, Dark Nick? 30th would have Great Box next month because it again. No. I will quote you DLL himself here. when most people will see Patriots tune-up, they will say, and that's it? And yes, that will be it. So a lot of people will be extremely underwhelmed with Patriots buff. That's effectively what he said on his own stream. Take it how you will. Also receive major buffs. We do not know if Kabam can do that. Oh, come on. No. Oh, fuck. Okay. We need to focus on. Monarch will be the next dollar. Hopefully. And when I put all the fights, I just used Onslaught and Sinister. Onslaught and Sinister did all the fights. Perfectly reasonably fine too. Oh crap. Okay, anyways. When is your wedding, bro? Faust? My wedding is on 26th of July. DLSPCYY. Almost lost the streak this time around because I can't play for shit. Fortunately, without top block and rage control, we are gonna suffer. Yeah, that sounds quite nasty. Yeah, might be. You might be on something. Yeah, I am not. Blast, you should have some guys with it too. Yeah. Actually, it does seem like I do have a couple spots open for my wedding because some people can't make it. Oh. Yeah. Kabam's not getting rid of it, they're just not doing with anything with it. So yeah, you can use your relic shards right now. I did. I opened all my relic shards. You know, there's no point in saving them. They specifically said there are no plans to make the current relics again. At the very least for a while. You don't want to flight for me? Well, then you better hop on. Punisher Deathless Kill Champ. That could be a cool choice, I agree. Darius. I agree with you wholeheartedly. At least 2 million for this arena, and then we can go on the 4-star one. Because the 4-star one, I better start grinding now. Can you imagine me? I think we will. I'm quite sure that there are more Deathless Champions in the works. Swamp has kind of hinted at that a few times. Got to go. I'm not okay with that. Have a wonderful day, evening. Alright. Alright, fine, whatever. Leave us. You don't care. How bad do you think that 2-star? I don't think it's gonna be bad, I think it's gonna be monetized. Because we all know Kabam for now. Like by now. You just know for sure it's gonna be cash involved, so. Yeah, I also wish they'd lower the back issues energy. But again, then they would take away the farming if they did. I was mostly joking that the box will be anything. Yeah, exactly. I think Patriot's still gonna be shitty. Soccer. Ah, screw it. Can somebody else become a stupid gulag master so I can put stupid James in the stupid gulag and he can stop saying soccer? Who are you? Which Deathless champion you're getting first, Darius? I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be monetized. Also, the fact that MCOC poker was effectively kind of an arena tab, according to the leaks, means it's gonna be like super grindy type shit. Because there's not much in terms of gameplay. It's gonna be like 2-star versus 2-star with like no nodes. So, gameplay of it's gonna be like very basic. They're gonna make Patreon the best country. No, they will not. I can promise you they will not. Which champs I would like to see is Deathless?
Shut up and take my money.
Down the top. Do it.
Round
Good.
top $6. Do it.
Well, now you should put James in prison at some point. Hype would be a cool Deathless. Quake, obviously. Deathless Kingpin, I think, would rock. I think Deathless Kingpin. Yeah. I think I'd... Round it up. $6. I know I can't do it retroactively. But now you need to be on your best behavior. Or else. Oh wait, I can do it if round it up designates you. Oh yeah, no, I can do it. It's legal. Because round it up surely meant for you to go to Gulag. That's why he became the Gulag Master. When you become Gulag Master, you can Gulag somebody. Obvious. Yeah, MCOC poker thing. I don't know. I how my worries about the game again? It genuinely feels like completely they're adding a second game to this game with that. I'm getting Deathless She-Hulk. Fair enough, yeah. She's probably the more useful one. Do you like the new game? Oh, I was gonna sleep. I'm worried with the new game mode. It doesn't look like somebody would like. I would like. It doesn't. It feels and looks like it's out of place completely. That's how it, maybe it's gonna be good. But yeah, it's more like a card game, more like poker type of thing. MCOC poker, not actual fighting. So it didn't look like something I'd willingly want to grind. Did the what now? They're still working on the bug. Of course they are. Yeah. There's something like affinities. It's just like another shit. It's not like this game's already like big and hard and bloated enough. They just added some other craps. Now there's gonna be... I don't like... I'm not the biggest fan of it either. Because imagine, just like theoretically speaking... I know some of you are going to say boo-hoo here. But imagine spending 36k units for Dark Phoenix, spending 39k units for Human Torch, and both of them get fucking blacklisted. The MCOC in 2018 was way harder. I agree, but now it's significantly more complex.
Shut up and take my money.
James $1.01. Stop rounding it up. Only soccer.
Whatever. That's... Whatever. Really? Really? Have you no shame? BG for BG scrubs? Hey! Yeah, it's probably for the new casual players. You said it yourself. Yank Day. It is Yank Day. You're still breaking the law.
Shut up and take my money.
Round it up $10. No.
I'm sorry, Jamesy. I guess somebody doesn't like you saying soccer either. Wait, it's 16 now. Haha. Ha 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 ha. And it's a tenner. Poor James, getting gulagged on the Yank Day. How long till I get some of the 7 stars back here? Game's laggy as fudge. Oh, that's gonna be a while. Might as well get into that 4-star arena. There we go. They need to do something with BGs? I do agree, but again...
Shut up and take my money.
James $10. Yes. Soccer.
James free. Fine. There must be record times. No. Don't worry, we have had some wilder. Why is it so gosh darn laggy? It might be because it's super hot already. New game mode will play with only 52. I don't know yet, Bogdan. I think we're gonna be able to make, quote unquote, a deck with all of 2 stars. I don't know. Can be much. Yeah, the new game mode seems very random for sure. Who are you talking about, Everett? There, I don't see a message from you. The champion's getting tune. No, I mean, they are getting tune-ups, but we'll see how effective the tune-ups are. His Night Rusher in his current form, like, is unusable anywhere. Being champs don't cost a ton of money. They will though. You can hope that. Like, that's fine. You just know they will though. I do hope. I do think we're gonna get 2 for free. Yeah, I think that's realistic. I do suspect we might be able to get 2 for free. I think it's gonna be that box thing again. You know. You're gonna get 2 crystals like in Crucible. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, we might actually get more than that, maybe more than 2. But I think it's probably gonna be 2. Hope Sonya shows up. I don't think she will. It's like 8:30 a.m. in UK. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Like, that's like the one reservation I have about this again now, like, because we're just like discussing how shitty it is to have all of these like paywall champions. And as we are still discussing, and people are still like, you know, pissed off about Human Torch being as expensive, we immediately get, but hey, here's already the next batch coming, like, you know. Anti-Venom, yeah, if you let him keep his debuffs after Special 2, problem solved. I genuinely believe that. That's like just about the only thing he needs. Yeah, Carl would also be fairly easy. Fix. Viv is not really a tune-up, Viv is just mainly like a bug fix or something. Next batch is also for sale. Of course it's gonna be for sale. We will get some of those champions for free. We always do, like, get a couple or one or two from the Legends event. But if you want to get all of them, it is going to be a sale. Of course it is. What else? Why do you think otherwise? Every single time there is an exclusive batch, you can get one or two for free, and the rest you have to buy. As in, like, if you want guarantee getting them all and stuff like that. Every single time. There hasn't been like a single event where Kabam says, here are like 6 brand new champions released in exclusive crystal, and you can earn all 6 of them for free. Not once has that happened. Like every single time. Like, is that Banquet event, or is that again the Glorious Guardians Banquet event, or like Reunion Crystal from previous years, or whatever else? Yeah, it's typically something like that. So it's always for sale. But the new game mode, again, it genuinely looks well out of place. Deathless Immortal Iron Fist. I wouldn't feel any particular way about it, because all the Iron Fist in the game suck, so I don't care. And I don't care about Iron... Like, here's the thing. If you care about Iron Fist as a character, then, like, I'm sure you'd love that. But, I really don't. You know. I didn't read his, like, comics or anything like that, and, like, any media where I have seen him, he's always been kind of like whatever, fairly lame. Never liked him much. Not a big Iron Fist fan, so. It looks like MCOC poker. Oh yeah, I do have to pull Sensor Crystal. GA meetings. Probably, Everett. I need MCOC Uno. Snakes and ladders. We need snakes and ladders in this game. Or MCOC Tetris. And that Crucible will be 7-star gated? Of course. Oh no. No, I don't think it will. I mean, it could be. Realistically, I think it could be. It was 7 stars, which consists of 11 agrees. I can't tell, Sandy. I really can't. Devil's in the details there. Could use 6,000 last Crucible, yes. I don't think you're gonna be able to go for something specifically. I'm just saying. You can hope for something specifically. Let's see like him. That is true. But I think Kabam wants to get a piece of that market too. That's how they're doing it. Without realizing it'll fail. And you're excited for Voodoo? Voodoo Schmoodoo. Wake me up when they fix his dashback and I'll join you. Not before that. The short dashback is the reason why I never use him much. So Mr. Sins and Exchange, that is accurate. Yeah, it's must imagine real person waiting to find you. Oh, I mean that would be god awful. Player versus player in fight would be god awful idea. It is going to be box key, and you're gonna get what you get, and you're gonna be happy about it. Got it? You know everyone's anti-venom? Well, the thing with anti-venom is it's just like one of those champions that I like. I enjoy using anti-venom. But you know, with a tune-up, he might be great. Depending what they do with his tune-up. I have never heard of Balatro, or whatever it's called. Oh yeah, Medusa is very good tool to have over it. I am at 8.5k units. If I get to 9k, then the finish line is in sight. Just praying the god that Crucible isn't like WoW. Why? What was your issue with it? I really like it. Okay, I'm just rage baiting now. I warn you, I am rage baiting now. What the fuck is everybody's problem with Wheel of Fate? It was perfectly adequate piece of quest. You know, you have your RPG requirement, you have a bit of skill ask, it wasn't super expensive, you can do it all within like, I don't know, 20 revive-ish. Not that long. You get a rank 4 out of it. It's like, it's not the best thing they have made, but it's fine. So what's your issue with Wheel of Fate? Huh? It's perfectly adequate piece of content. The 2025? Well, yeah, obviously, get some 2025 champions. No one's making them for a reason. You should be trying to acquire them for a reason. FTP friendly and such a unique concept? Of course. Yeah. Anti-Venom main thing is just let him keep his debuffs at level 2 and that's it. I think most of the people secretly like Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Reverse Control Thanos. James, what have you done? You accidentally made Everett a member. Are you gonna clean up after him?
Take my money.
Are you gonna feed him, take him for walks? Are you gonna be taking the responsibility of another one? What did ever do? Became independent. I'm trying to shoot on carpet. It's my hardcore. So James, you better clean up. Better remove the carpet altogether. Always like fighting with windmills. Doc Ock would have been such a great pick for this as well. But no. And still 50 points? How does it determine who gets the points? Yeah. I mean, maybe you lose all your points and you get timed out. No? Maybe. I don't know. Let's try. I kind of want to see what happens if I time out. Wait, I have to check something. Have I ever timed Scott out? Oh, you have had 5 timeouts already. They're not exactly a timeout virgin. So for the science. 10 seconds for Scotty. Let's see what happens when he comes back. Does he still get the crown? 2 diamonds or 1 tier 7 basic? It's rank 4. I'd probably go with tier 7 basic. I don't really like to use radiance on crystals. But that's personal, I guess. What's up, Danny? All Midnight Suns plus Mephisto need to get buffed? Yeah. Why not? Midnight Suns is like Blade, but also there. Scotty is still number 1 though. I always go for the smaller arena crystals. There is a theory behind that as well. Logic dictates. Normal ones are the best. On average. I actually do think 7-star rank 4 Viv is going to be quite cool. I'll have you know, I believe your incoherent ramblings about 7-star Viv. But what about 7-star Dr. Voodoo? You guys? Nice. I think most ballot chips I had ever saved up was like 3 million. Damn, imagine going to Gulag and returning with all the money you stole before. Yeah, I know, it doesn't seem right, does it, Paul? And I have Katie. Would you take Hitmonkey or Jag to rank 4? What context is already have Black Mystic roster? What skill is lacking? I value Jag significantly higher. I mean, I take Jags. Even if... I mean, I do Jags. Because I'm Jags last. Because, yeah, I mean, like, yeah. No, Jags for me. It's to do with matchups, mainly. Because Jags is kind of like an easy auto-win against many of the popular defenders. Like, you know, he can be good against Onslaught. And he can be good against Enchantress, and he's good against Lumatrix, and, you know, yada yada yada. But it's mainly because of that, because I think right now in this game, class and like not like that significant, because a ton of champions go outside of class. Like Titania, for instance. You can barely count her as a science champion because she works whenever none of the science champions work. Because, you know, opponent is beautifying her debuffs, not the biggest of deals. She still gets, like, the Furies and, you know, you can't do damage in any particular way. It's fine. You're just gonna, like, level 3 and then, like, reverse it and so on and so forth. So, like, Titania, for instance, just keeps working when most of the science doesn't. And so she's, you know, and she's kind of good counter to, let's say, Korg. Kind of good counter to a Tuma, comparatively speaking, right? And it's kind of similar to Jugs. Because he randomly counters, like, a ton across the board. You want to get on Discord? Good. In theory. I need to drink more of my coffee because I'm still falling asleep. And my cat is being sus. Cat's very sus, actually. Soccer. Well, you're the Gulag Master, so you can soccer about a bit. Unfortunately. Gentle Jake Paul, you have officially been diagnosed with brain rot. What's up, buddy? Well, hello there. Is Jamesy there? Is he still muted?
Am I muted?
No, you're not muted. I can hear you now.
What did I deserve to be muted?
Nothing in particular, probably. Might have been a happenstance. You never know. Always worth checking. Come on then, baby Electro. Electro would be a cool buff slash tune-up.
No, he wouldn't. Not right now.
Why not?
They'd make him defensive.
Of course they would. They make every other champion defensive. They make like 60-70% of the champions now defensive, or have like some very annoying defensive things.
Exactly. And you want that?
Yeah. Sometimes.
He's old. Yeah, sometimes. Exactly.
What exactly? What exactly? What's your point? Hey, it was very, very fun when Captain Britain got tuned up. I racked up my 6-star, and then everybody kept dying to a 6-star Captain Britain. Put at like 1 meta.
That's cruel.
No, that's called having fun in MCOC. And Mephisto also needs a tune-up.
That's true. Not defensive. You gotta fucking add that.
Are you going for the new game? Like, here's the deal, though. Yeah? So listen very, very carefully now. I have Sith Supreme visiting for a week in the month of July. On 19th of July is my birthday. On 26th of July is my wedding. And I'm somehow expected to grind for a fucking Battle Realm Brawl, grind the new game mode for High Evolutionary, and God knows what other shit.
Well, fucking obviously.
It's like, if you guys want me to do half of those things, you're gonna have to send me like a half a kilo of cocaine.
Nah, I think Adderall will be okay for you.
Yeah, well, they don't sell it here.
Well, I don't think they sell cocaine either. At least not legally.
Wow. Not illegal if the cops don't catch you.
Facts.
It's illegal only when the police
know,
get
you're-
involved.
Exactly. You're more American than you might think. But many Americans have that same stance. Did you know that?
Okay, and it's a hell of a drug.
Paul
Aye.
Williams, what are you talking about? What dildo?
I know, he's just filthy.
Paul is definitely on like 5 Adderall.
No, he's just coming out.
Facts. You know, I'm not saying there's like in a quote unquote appropriate time to come out, but like last month was Pride Month, so hire a merc? A ditchy doobie. No.
Absolutely not. Happy 4th, you free bastards. Again, free bastards is a bit of an exaggeration if we're being honest. For free bastards, they have like the highest percentage of incarcerated people in their country. So you know, theoretically speaking.
Well, he's obviously not. Well, he's obviously not talking to those people because those people aren't in the stream. You fool!
You never know. You might have snuck in a smartphone with a prison purse. Do you
No,
think
they
prisoners have no phones? Bullshit.
They check those.
I mean, they still
they
have them.
phones. But it's like the fucking Obama government phones.
Yeah, but
I know that for a fact.
they still have phones. They're free from freedom. But hey,
Well,
to every single one of you Yanks that are still up, happy 4th of July. I hope it was worth it. I hope your little 250-year-old social experiment is making you happy. Any day now, you can be
I
going
know.
back to Britain.
I know. It's not ending anytime soon. Don't say 250-year-old because it's gonna last much longer than that.
Not at this rate, it won't.
No. You freaking silly gooses who call it football.
We call
And you
football
think we're
football,
gonna
yeah.
be the country? And you think we're gonna be the country that fails?
Yeah.
You are on cocaine.
No.
You're on something.
Caffeine.
Stronger than that.
Nope. Large amounts of
Something
caffeine.
that alters. Something that greatly alters the brain functionality.
Yeah, it's called intelligence.
No, definitely.
I hope not. England is the biggest studio. Yeah, England's gone so fucking downhill. I'm actually like very happy they left UK because I have seen like how places like around where I used to live around Manchester look like fucking now, and like man, it's a fucking dump in a lot of places. Like, what's the best way to put it? Like when I moved to UK, Manchester, right? I vividly remember like walking around the Manchester and it being like fairly clean at the very least in the center. I did have like a bit of culture shock how dirty some of the side towns were. And like again, without saying anything particular, it was always all around these like kebab shops and, you know, effectively, let's say, not native English born people, majority communities, right? If you saw a lot of not white people, it was typically significantly dirtier. There were like always packets of crisps and cans on the road, and you know, it was course. That's a fact. Without saying anything, like every single one of those areas where it's like a lot of, pawn shops, kebab shops, and small off-license shops around the entire stream, it was always significantly dirty. But at the very least, Manchester City Town Centre was quite clean, and it was nice. And what I noticed initially was that I couldn't see just about no homeless people, like 15 years ago in Manchester. Like 5 years ago, there was like fucking shitloads of them. Like when I moved away, there were like homeless people in every fucking corner of Manchester, and they're like in the alleys and walking around and like smelling. It was like already getting real bad. And it's like, what the fuck? How are there so many of them? And now that I have seen videos of them, there's just so much shit around everywhere. Even the town center, like Piccadilly Gardens, like they made a video on it. It's like a wild, disgusting place to be, where there's like fucking junkies, teens doing shit, and like they're just like running away from cops, and you see random fights break out. And it's like, at this point, for instance, I wouldn't let my girlfriend near that place alone. Like I wouldn't want to go there with her, even though I should, because that was like a transport center in Manchester. And when I lived in UK, like we used largely public transportation, so often I would kind of have to be around that place. But again, I would not ever let her go there alone. Like, it's just fucking not safe. And it looks abysmally bad. So, that combined with the fact that if you say something naughty online, coppers are coming to your house. And I do have a tendency to say some, let's say, less than savory shit at times. I am so fucking happy I'm not in UK. Like, my drug stream would have gotten me like 15 years in prison in UK.
Anyway, exactly. And you're saying my country is closer to collapse.
Oh yeah, you guys are still fucked too.
No. You've never been here.
Yeah, so? I have never been to Iraq or Afghanistan either, but I don't have to.
Buddy, listen. I live in Washington, which is almost as bad as California. And we are not nearly like that. We are nothing like that in the fucking UK. We're not
nothing like what?
Like that. You won't get fucking arrested for saying some shit online. Nobody
you do get arrested for like desecrating your sacred
Except
pride flag, though. That's like a legitimate thing.
The pride flag?
Yeah, you guys are getting constantly arrested for like doing shit to pride flag, or God forbid, like vandalizing a pride site crosswalk or some shit like that. Those are actual things that do happen in states with criminal charges.
No, you're capping.
No, not capping. That's facts. But I'm not saying you should desecrate pride flag. What I'm saying is, like, it doesn't make sense to me how you guys can burn American flag on the streets as a legal form of protest, but, touch up one pride flag and it's fucking jail time, yobo.
Nah, definitely not.
I never had this many units saved. What? How many units do you have, Casey?
Everett, is it Canadian?
I have 16 units. Nice. Canada is cooked, man. Canada is fucking done for. You guys just now had the chance to get rid of libtard government, but you guys were nope. Messiah.
Listen, Everett, I've got nothing wrong with Canadians themselves.
What do you mean you don't? You should. They're fucking Canadians. There's like 5 good ones.
No. It's Kabam that I have a problem with, really. No, it depends on the Canadian, I guess. If you're like more like Kabam, I do have a problem with you. But if
Do
you're
you hear
more
that?
like a
James just said he has
Canadian,
problem with Canadians.
Literally not what I said. You can fucking rewind back 10 seconds in the stream and clearly see and clearly hear rather, to be more literal. That is not what I said at all.
I mean, like, it's okay to hate Canadians. Nobody's judging you.
I don't hate Canadians.
Like, we all know you want to, you know, subjugate them, making them 51st state and, you know, steal all their natural resources. That's fine. We get it. No. The banquet event, what was banquet event ask last year for Isofin? Because everybody complained because Kabam increased the banquet event ask already.
No. Listen. Subjugate. Shut up. Don't say subjugate. If you say subjugate, they're never gonna become the 51st. You gotta use a more PC word. You gotta say something like integrate.
Bring into the fold.
Exactly. You get it.
Unite the continent.
Facts.
And hey, besides, like,
everything.
Canada is like full of leftists, and leftists hate borders, so you're just like erasing a border.
Facts.
Last year, I think it was around 22k. One second, we can try and find that.
No.
Banquet event.
No, Everett, come on down. You'll be fine here. It's way better.
Yeah.
The housing market in America is still pretty shit, but like if you compare that to the Canadian housing market, it's like you're living the fucking dream. So yeah, Everett, just come on down. You'll be happy here.
I know, I looked up banquet event cost 2024 and this is what I found. This is like the first picture that popped up in Reddit.
That's a good picture. I like that.
Ah.
I'm more American than you, Messiah. Or Melissa. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, Messiah, he's got you there. You're not even in the States right now, are you?
Facts. This guy's trying to fucking leave and go to, what is it? Where does he want to go? Some terrible holiday destination with like the worst fucking prices in the world, I bet. Like, what's food gonna cost you $100 for a night?
I am actually. Oh, so you are in the States. But are you like in the States or one of the territories of the United States?
Yeah, you are actually, but you're trying to leave, so... Did I serve? No, but I'm not trying to leave either. So
like, what was the
really
cost
more
last year of
Myself.
banquet event?
Yeah, you're back home right now, Messiah, but you're trying to move to Costa Rica. Like, and you say, I'm un-American. What kind of shit are you on? Worse than cocaine, that's for sure.
I don't remember the cost of it, but I think they increased it like 20. What is it, 21? I don't know. What was the last year's banquet event cost? 22k units last year, and then bumped rewards up 25k units. Okay, so that's about what we need. 25k, so probably 25k, 30k.
And for the most recent offers, it was 39k units for everything all in. Right?
Maybe.
That's insane.
It is a fucking ridiculous amount.
That's a 16,000 increase in half a year.
No, because banquet event always had like small, like it's more than 16,000 increase in like, let's say, a year. Because before that, banquet event got a substantial increase as well. Because previously banquet event was like 12k or like 15k or something like that.
Go to Afghan. Go to Iraq and Afghan a few times. Don't say that BS. Shut up, Melissa.
Yeah, but they will increase bank rent as well. Double it for this year. Yeah, I mean, like, it's probably gonna be filthy. Only good thing about last year's bank rent was that banquet crystals were so shit that I didn't really care that I'm missing out on, you know.
That sounds like Iceland, beautiful country, but I felt like I spent 2K American on gas for my trip. Okay, listen. Who named those countries? Because, like, they done fucked up.
Which countries?
Who named the Greenland and Iceland?
Oh, yeah. No, there's actually, like, story about it because, yeah. When they visited Greenland,
Who
like...
fucked up that badly?
They only saw the coastline and everything there was like, you know, bright green because they went there in like summertime and the ice had like slightly receded,
Right,
but they
right.
just barely kind of like saw the land
Still
without realizing
controlling.
how massive and how frozen it is and that this land's green. Then when they visited Iceland, they basically, I think, discovered that in just about winter and like it was like snowy and covered with shit without realizing that it's, you know, typically and mainly green. So yeah, that was like that's one of those like historical whoopsies.
Okay, yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Have you seen The Northman? Did you ever watch that? It came out a couple of years ago.
You mean the comedy, like parody thingy?
No, it was a serious movie. But anyway, it's about Vikings, and in it, the like raiders were like on psychedelics or something.
Oh,
And
you
that's
mean
how
with that one of them actors? There's like 70 of the brothers, like, or whatever. Well, the
I
main
don't
guy,
remember.
like his surname.
I don't.
Anyways, yeah, I have seen Northman.
Okay, yeah, but there was some fucking nerd talking about that movie. He was some like nerd historian or some shit, and he was like talking about how like there is like some evidence about the Vikings having taking many drugs. So yeah,
Hey,
that's why.
Do you think the whales who buy out again? As soon as you can start talking about spending on this game, I'm gonna tell you flat out, you're misguiding your anger on the whales or whoever buys these fucking offers instead of Kabam. Kabam makes these offers, they advertise these offers, they manufacture value in this game and what is valuable and decide like what type of offers are available and what type of rewards are available in the content for free. So the whales ain't creating shit. It's Kabam that's doing all that.
Yes. Nolan is making the Odyssey.
It should be fun. All the movies are typically quite good. Vikings are cool. I respect them more if they're honest. I mean, no. Just about every culture actually has had like fairly rampant drug use and abuse in history.
Facts.
Like, you know, starting with like the Roman, you know, seers and shit like that. You know how like the Greek and Roman seers actually worked? They effectively just lived on top of like geysers and stuff where like natural gases were flowing into the cave, and you know, the fortune tellers actually were fucking junkies and constantly high.
That's that good shit.
Yeah, and they were just chatting shit and people were like, oh, they see the future.
Facts.
F1's good. I heard about F1 as well. Well, it's just unfair that high spending is given preference or skill in the game. There are definitely better ways how can Kabam could and should manage the game, in my opinion. I don't think it's, you know, disputable. But again, you're like, I'm just mad at Wales, how, like, the preference... Of course, they fucking sustained the game, buddy. It's like, who else do you think would get the preference? So, let me understand this. You expect somebody to spend, let's say, $1,000 and lose a match to you because you are more skilled, in theory, but you spend like $0. And then the next sale is gonna come around, and you expect somebody to spend $1,000 again so they can keep losing? Just a question. There has to be some sort of incentive to spend. Because, I think you approach the subject way too simplistically. There has to be incentive where people spend. Obviously, as I said, there can easily be much better way Kabam monetize the game and, you know, different ways they reward spending. But the idea that I spend nothing and I should be able to, like, beat people who spend less, I don't know, fucking 100 grand a year on this game. Like, why the fuck would they spend 100 grand on this game? And if they wouldn't, then you wouldn't have a game in the first place. So, it is much more complex issue that it's made out to be by a lot of people.
I agree, Bye Guy. Scott, did you watch it in theaters?
This game does not. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Kabam has used revenue from this game to fund a shit ton of other projects, which I absolutely hate. Like, this game could have been 10 times bigger than it is right now if Kabam was better at what they do. Simple as that. This game has funded the little Marvel Realm of Champions experiment, which is likely why Gabe got fired, because that was a huge flop and fail. This game has funded Disney Mirrorverse and a multitude of other failed Kabam projects.
I don't know it, did you?
F1 is still in theaters.
To be honest.
Yes.
I'm talking about Thunderbolts.
Oh, Thunderbolts? I don't fucking know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that could be the case with the game being a whole lot bigger now than or a whole lot bigger than it is now.
Of course.
It could be a whole lot bigger.
Yeah, exactly. If Kabam, you know, were more competent, would manage their events better, would permit less bugs in the game.
Actually. Because, like, how long has it been since their last side project? It's been a few years now. And, like, I think it's just greed. I don't think it's the side projects anymore.
No, they constantly just siphon money from this game to fund other things. They are constantly developing things. Again, it's not like Disney Mirrorverse is advertised to be MCOC side project. Just another game that Netmarble is developing, because most of the projects, most of the games that Netmarble has made have not been profitable at all. MCOC is effectively one of their biggest cash cows that they constantly use to improve their revenue numbers, their profitability numbers, and use the money from this game to fund just about everything else. Because MCOC is easily paying for itself, which is not said about others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that's true. But, like, I was strictly talking about Kabam side projects, because Kabam directly developed and took credit for Mirrorverse, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you opened up Mirrorverse, it said Kabam.
Yeah.
But, like, Mirrorverse shut down a few years ago, did it not? Am I mistaken on that?
I don't think it's a few years, but it shut down. Kabam's actively developing new games, including King Arthur Legends Rise, which was announced in GDC 2023, and Additionally, Kabam Cell Studio is working on a new project following their previous titles like Aiden and Iron Throne. Kabam has also taken their popular Malkans of Champions mobile game to China, expanding its reach into the market, blah, blah, blah. So they're still making King Arthur game now and some other stuff.
Alright.
So shut your pie hole. I don't think Kabam is making anything else.
Well, I haven't fucking
Typical
heard
fucking
of it.
American, doesn't know shit and chat shit instead.
Shut the fuck up. Maybe if they fucking advertised it, other people would know about these other fucking stupid side projects, and they'd actually make some fucking money. It's not my fault they don't know how to fucking advertise.
Yeah, with logic like that, you'd have a go at fucking Isaac Newton for not advertising gravity for you.
That is not... That is not fucking. That is not the same at all.
It's basically the same shit.
That is like. No, those are not. That is definitely a false equivalency, like 10,000% right
I
there.
know,
dude.
but it's funny as fuck.
What? What's up, Biswa? How you doing?
KD, could you option to change something or upgrade something in game? Should you prioritize first? Change something, upgrade something. I mean, the first thing that I'd change for MCOC would be like half the stuff working for Kabam. But besides that point, I would focus on the legacy characters.
They can't. Biswa, they can't do that. Kabam is Canadian company. Trump can't put a tariff on it. What I'm saying is Trump can't put a tariff on KT, like you're saying here.
Yeah. But yeah, oh, okay. So one thing that I would change drastically is the choice of champions added to the game, as well as like choice of buffs and stuff like that, because I think it is absolutely unforgivable that you know, all of the Captain Americas are irrelevant, that Loki is a crap character, that Groot is officially a meme. You know, so many iconic Marvel champions are just like the worst champions in game. And then we get like fucking, you know, self-insert Carolina Dean, that's one of the most desirable champions. Or a bald-headed demon that nobody gives a shit. You know, being one of the best champions in the game. Like, I really think they are actively hurting themselves by, you know, half of the kids, let's say a young kid downloads this game, they want to play fucking Spider-Man. And then they go and like, Spider-Man sucks. And then there's like Spider-Woman that's fucking great. And like, okay, Starkey is kind of good as well. But he's also not the type of champion like a new casual player would enjoy. You know, Kate Bishop's fucking insanely OP, right? Hawkeye is a fucking bitch. And again, it's not about like sexuality. It's more so about like mainstream appeal. It's about like making OG Spider-Man like legit like a flagship champion in the game, like really fucking good. Like making Loki, you know, because Loki has his like series and crap, like really fucking good. It's like Iron Man is not crap, but he's like far from, you know, a staple tech champion. It's like what kind of message does it send that Red Skull is like one of the top fucking tech champions in the game, so it's like a fucking Nazi, and like the face of the MCU for 10 years is kind of like, nah, it's kind of like, you know, a niche champion, some people use him or not. It's like just fucking awful shit messaging. And you know, that's one of the things I'd change, because I think they have like lost focus completely, like to the main reason why people play or download this game, and it is Marvel characters that they love, not the ones that they have. Like, who the fuck cares about Nico? Like, I barely heard about her, some sort of emo bitch, couldn't care less. And it has nothing to do, you know, in which pants she likes to get in. It has everything to do with the fact that who the fuck is she in the first place? And like, Carolyn Dean is all some sort of fucking alien from a flyover planet that like 17 people have heard about. Now, obviously, everybody's kind of heard about her in the game because she's, you know, going to be a good champion. But in general, that is, she's like fucking alien from like a flying, you know, equivalent of fucking Kentucky as far as I'm concerned, of planets. And it's like, oh, she's sparkly, cool, like fucking Twilight. It's like hardly anybody cares about her. And then there's, you know, and then look at the cosmic roster. It's like Loki shit, Groot shit. OG Thor is like doesn't exist as a 7-star and is like mid. And like Thor Ragnarok is fucking disgrace, an abomination of an ape, and it's just wrong. I genuinely think they kind of need to go back to the basics. Like, yeah, focus on the champions.
Listen, man.
Huh?
Listen. Kabam hates bigots, so they made the one Nazi champ out of 200 a top 10 champion.
They didn't really do that once, because Zola's a Nazi too. I'm not saying he's getting sauce, but you know, the fact that Nazis statistically on an average are like fucking up here, and the good guys
Listen, guys. Kabam is very modern and very tolerant.
I have not seen last 3 episodes of Iron Heart yet, but I heard that it doesn't get better. Last 3 were solid.
Last 3 were solid. Okay.
Okay, I'll take a look at them.
Magic and Quake are OP. No, they're not.
Except Magic
One
and
is
Quake,
stuck as a
Magic and Quake
5-star.
are not OP because they do not exist in
One-
meaningful rarity.
One is stuck as a 5-star, and one has been stuck as a 5-star until they're going to nerf her for no fucking reason. Can you fucking believe that? She came out in like 2017, an 8-year-old champion, who has existed almost as long as the entire game, gonna get nerfed. Can you
It's
fucking
better
believe
than
this shit?
She-Hulk. It's like it's fucking impossible not to be, but I do think both of them are morally depraved shows, though. So far, both of them are morally disgusting shows. Like, they are both type of shows that I watch, and I like the main character less with every single bit of information I learn about them, and I find them disgusting and, people that I would never root for. Genuinely, like, entitled, misguided, representing, modern girl boss women that are just whores and horrible, evil human beings. Like, both of those legitimately are villain origin stories. Like, if I had no prior knowledge, like, of Marvel, and I would watch it, like, completely out of context, I'd be like, that's like a villain origin story. Like, she's like, Ironheart. She fucking steals, and then she gets kicked out, and then she blames everybody else, and then she's planning to steal. She's looking for a job in a company big enough that she can steal unnoticed. And again, we're gonna disregard the stupidity of the fact that she's not a billionaire already because she's constantly inventing tech that, would make her a billionaire out of like fucking garbage dumpster. And selling like personal force fucking shields to students for like $50. She could make billions with that. So she's dumb as fuck as well. Despite everybody telling me that she's genius. And then, like, we're not fucking done here yet. So instead of finding a job in a big enough company that she can steal from, she decides, fuck it, I'm gonna become a full-fledged on criminal. And she murders people!
Facts.
And, like, so, in summary, a character that's supposed to be a genius is thick as fuck with zero morals, where her first thought when she's in trouble is to resort to crime. Fuck that bitch. Like, I'd never root for her.
Yeah.
She's a fucking bitch.
Facts.
And she's genuinely just an awful human being. It's like Mephisto like got fucking swindled there because she ain't got no fucking heart to steal her soul. She sold that shit herself. She's just evil. Like that's it. And besides her being genuinely evil, like to me, she's also utterly unlikable. Like, because there are these characters that are kind of anti-heroes or whatnot and do some evil fucked up things, like whatever, and we still like them. She's not that. She's just very unlikable. Like, I'm not rooting for her.
No, that's wrong, bro. She's black, so that excuses it.
Oh yeah. I liked in like that one episode where she flat out had a stare down with a dude that like she barely reaches up until the nipples, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking throw down with you," and she's like fucking foot and a half shorter than he is. Like, he could fucking throw you out of the window at any given point. Like, and she picks up like a fight, like confronts him, is like moves out, "Oh what," and like stares him down and shit. I think he genuinely just fucking pick you up and throw out of the window.
Respect my girl Shuri. Is she good? What's the? I didn't watch the quote unquote Black Panther movie because Black Panther wasn't in it. Was she like that?
Did he?
Yeah.
Not that much. No, she was more like
Oh.
Not that much. She wasn't like that, no. Not as much, anyways. That's not the impression. The because it's not like a very memorable movie, but for most part, it's just like, you know, in that movie she was like more like an emo kid, and then
Okay.
yeah, well, not I mean obviously because you know she lost her brother and her mother, and the country got invaded and stuff like that, and there wasn't like that much of it.
Yeah.
There were some moments like that, but nothing like. That's not what I remember the movie for.
Yeah. Facts, bro. Bald
Yeah, well,
Okoye is more sexier than
Hmm?
her. I don't know, man. I'm just agreeing with what Bisbis says here. He says, but bald-headed Okoye is more sexier than her. Like KT and I talked about this, not about Okoye, but it was about Moondragon. And I said I would rather do fucking Purgatory than Moondragon. And I still stand by that. That's facts.
that is a
I was
bullshit
stating
take, and you know it.
facts. It's not, dude.
It is 1,000,000% bullshit take. You would not
No, it's
like.
not.
You'd rather fuck a demon over a bald bitch. That's just delusional. You can put a wig on.
Explain it. Well, if you said that was a fucking option, maybe
But
I'd have a
it
different
doesn't even have to be
opinion,
a
but you never
wig. Just
said
like put a
that.
pillow over her head or some shit. Close her eye. Like, here's the deal. At the very least, you know that the genitals will be like a familiar type of situation.
Fucking
Yeah, you
Purgatory.
don't know her fucking kuka might have fucking teeth in it and might chew your dick off after you're done.
What? You did?
It's a fucking
You didn't
demon.
say that.
Why would you risk putting in your dick in it?
I wasn't thinking about that.
Do you like Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom? No, I don't like the idea. I don't like him being Doctor Doom. And it sounds like Katie hates women a lot. Is there any female character in Marvel that you like? Yeah, OG Black Widow. I liked. For the most part.
I think this was.
I like Pepper Potts. I think she was fairly solid.
I think.
I like
Moondragon
Maria Hill.
secretly
I think she was good.
has a cock in her pants.
Hmm?
I think Moondragon. I agree with Biswa here. I think Moondragon probably secretly has a cock in her pants. Like, I think that's facts.
No. Absolutely ridiculous. She's tagged as a lady.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't.
Steve
Like,
makes
here's
a
the
good-
thing. Here's the problem.
No,
I
no, no.
absolutely do not like or do not hate
Steve-
female characters or anything like that.
No,
I hate girl
Moondragon
bosses.
is tagged.
I genuinely hate all of them. Moondragon, what? In 80s comics?
Moondragon is tagged as a lady,
Yeah,
but so is Dazzler, and she is a complete fucking drag queen. Like, you cannot tell me.
I know. We all see the
cannot
Adam's
make that
apple there.
argument. No, that's just no. That's not an argument.
It is. I'm counting it as one.
No.
But yeah, no. Okay, so here's the difference when it says, like, it sounds like Katie hates women. Like, obviously I don't fucking hate women. I'm engaged. I love women. I care for
Who
women.
said that?
Who is it then? With N?
Okay.
But I do absolutely hate girl bosses. And I hate what my MCU is doing there. I do hate, that they effectively have the rules that, I hate the fact that before Doctor Strange movie came out, I knew he's never going to win a fight against Scarlet Witch. It's either going to be Talk no Jutsu or it's going to be some other lady that beats up Scarlet Witch. Because they're just not allowed. I hate shit like that. Yeah? I hate all of them gender politics and them making every other male character in the movies like fucking weenie. Especially if they're like the white guys. And then like all the ladies are beautiful and strong and you'll never know what you sacrificed for them by fucking torturing an entire town for several weeks and then deciding to stop. That's a sacrifice, right? And she's a fucking like hero somehow in that story. The fucking villain. And worst thing is, all of these girl boss bitches have twisted morals, like Ironheart. She's a fucking villain through and through. Ironheart is just like a fucking evil human being, the way she's portrayed. So are plethora of other MCOC girl bitches. Like She-Hulk, she's a fucking evil whore. There's like nothing good or gracious about her. She was just an evil whore. That's it.
I mean, I have not watched Ironheart, so I don't want to submit myself to that suffering.
Yeah,
But
or
I
not.
think maybe you're like overrating how evil she is because she's portrayed as a hero, you know? Like she's probably not as evil as like fucking Red Skull or some shit, you know? It's just because she's portrayed as the hero of the show, you know?
I
Like
mean, I get it,
am
but
I
okay, yeah, it's obviously not. I want to fucking dominate the world, but like for instance, her motivations are not to
Mhm.
save anybody. Really, just like I need monies. I want to be rich.
Yeah.
And then when she does
Yeah,
get
I cannot
money, you know,
yeah.
the first scene with money, you know, what was like, she was complaining and bitching that she needs money for her projects and shit. You know, what was literally the first scene that happened when they got paid? They were like shooting and blasting money guns at each other and having fun. Like, so they got the bag instead of like doing anything with that money that she wanted. They're just like, "Hey, party!" Like, fuck it. We just like did a crime, blackmailed and extorted people, and somebody died, and let's fucking throw a party. You watch different Ironheart? Absolutely did not.
I think you watched a different Ironheart.
Absolutely did not. You mean Ironheart doesn't steal in the series? You mean her first idea after like stealing shit and getting expelled from MIT was not finding a job in a big laboratory where she can steal some shit? Steal some more shit, I must say. Like, some shady guy approaches her, and within moments she's like, "Fuck yeah, let's get that bag, let's get paid, you know, let's do some criming." Some guy just like comes up, so like, "Hey, want to do some crime?" Sure. Below morally flawed protagonists. Yeah, if they're likable. Stealing doesn't make you. It doesn't make you gracious or good. It doesn't make me somebody that I want to root for, especially if you have other options. If, for instance, your idea is like, okay, so your problem is I need money and resources to do something, and your go-to option immediately is stealing. That means you're not a good person. It might not necessarily make you evil. It might just make you bad.
Protagonist.
Huh?
Me when flawed protagonist, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we love flawed protagonists. Of course we do. If they are likable. And if they have a story character arc where they do improve themselves and better themselves and stuff. You could say Tony Stark was evil, but again, number one, he was likable. Number two, he actually had a story arc where he was actively trying to make himself better. Where he, you know, changed himself to do good, and it, you know, culminated with him, you know, actually sacrificing himself to save a shit ton of people. But he had like a constant story progression where he's trying to do the right thing. It doesn't always work out, and he has flaws and stuff like that, yes. But, again...
The Hood doesn't have a TV show.
Yeah, should be directed. Should be directed someone like Hood. It's not directed at Hood because Hood is the villain. Like there's no attempt to mask it as somebody good. Hood is the villain. He's the bad guy. Ironheart is not much better. It's like, of course, Hood is the bad. Like, why would I turn my energy into like a fairly mid villain? He's already presented as bad guy. Like, I have no sympathy for that guy. It's like, fucking shoot him, throw him in jail, like let him Mephisto torture him, whatever. He's the bad guy. Like, because nobody's trying to morally defend Hood. And you know, that's fine. Like, yeah, because at least, you know, there's not some sort of like
show?
There's not some sort of like false villains. Oh, Hood is actually a misunderstood good guy, and he should be a hero, and he's gonna be in the next fucking Avengers movie or some shit like that. They are doing that with Riri. It's like, oh, she's fucking fam, she's genius, she's fucking amazing. There's a hero in you after all. It's like, no, there fucking isn't. You're just morally corrupt, bad human being. That's it.
I didn't know the Hood was in the show. Maybe I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, Hood is like, Hood's in it.
Interesting. Have you? I don't know if you've read any lore on his on the hood, but his superpower is literally his shoes. He
Who?
gets all his powers from his shoes.
Who?
The hood.
Hood?
The
No,
hood.
it's the cape.
Yeah.
No?
I'm pretty sure it's the shoes.
I'm quite sure it's the
No,
cape.
no, you're right. I think it's the. I actually think it's the hood and the shoes.
Might be, but...
No, I think.
Would you
I think
support
it's
Mystique being played? Like, why though? Okay, what do you mean by support? It's like, if your idea is like, am I more likely to watch the movie if Mystique is played by a trans person? Absolutely not. That is the type of thing that will likely make me less interested in watching the movie. You know, because again, that will show, you know, where the filmmaker's mind's at and what the priorities are.
I know his name is the Hood, Defange. But he does get some of his powers from his shoes. Look it up.
I'm gonna show on Whiplash. Let me show on Whiplash. My man, two motherfuckers full on villain. People still defend him. Yeah, I mean, like that's the world we live in right now. Yeah, Whiplash effectively, you know, needed more resources as well to build his suit. He just wanted to, you know, justice for his daddy. That's alright, he killed a few people.
Whiplash's family was, we call it, I don't even know.
Yeah, no. And that's my problem with Marvel shows in general. It's like, it's not just that the quality of writing has dipped and, you know, most of the Marvel characters are just flat out retarded these days. Like Falcon trying to get a fucking bank loan and, you know, not being able to fucking fix a boat. Like, how fucking stupid is that? Like, whoever the fuck writes that shit should never write anything ever fucking again. It's like, he's like one of the people who saved the fucking world, like one of the most famous people in the world, can't get a fucking bank loan. Just because they needed some racism in the TV show. It's like, just fucking stupid. And Ironheart is exactly the same stuff. And that's my problem with Marvel now. It's just twisted morally. They you know, present evil things as normal and bad things as normal. And again, these shows, it's like, it's far too much attention to the social issues that they don't genuinely, you know, write good, smart characters. Like in the Ironheart, like from what I saw, that they really had a panic attack just so they can put in the "I can't breathe" line in there, because it was made like effectively as a direct response to the George Floyd riots and shit like that. Don't like it and watch it? Yeah, well, this one I'm watching ironically because, you know, it is genuinely amusing to me how shit it can be. But in general, that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm not going to movie. I cancel my Disney Plus subscription, and I very rarely go to cinema now to watch Marvel movies, which is part of the reason why they do worse. Don't like it, don't watch it is exactly what I'm largely doing. I haven't seen, you know, Loki season 2. I haven't seen, you know, a bunch of things I'm not particularly fussed about. And that is, you know, MCU's problem, because, you know, they're making flop after flop after flop. So with attitude like that, you know, you're not gonna get very far. Don't like it, don't watch it. It's like, sure. Yeah. Like, I'm already, like, skipping most of the stuffs. And if they carry on doing it, you know, I'm gonna keep on doing it. And, you know, so will many other people. And support piracy if you can. Then you support piracy if you cancel your subscription? Yeah.
Yeah, no fucking shit, dude.
Well, yeah, of course I sell the 7 Seas. But again, I hardly watch anything from Marvel anyways. And I've had my Disney Plus subscription for like many years, so I feel like I genuinely have overpaid for way much compared to what I used it. But either way, the most important thing there is...
Speaking of Disney Plus, did you hear this story about how this older couple had a Disney Plus subscription, and then they went to Disneyland and they got some food there or something,
Oh,
and they told the chefs they have the allergic reaction and it killed her. And
Yeah.
they tried to use the fucking Disney Plus agreement to say they couldn't sue him. They
Yeah,
couldn't
I
sue
heard about that.
Disneyland for the fucking malpractice.
Yeah,
Like,
I
oh
heard
my
about
God.
that, and that's just so that's like fucking lawyers from hell type shit. Like,
That's disgusting.
those lawyers, deserve fucking hell. That was disgusting thing. It's like, you're technically right, maybe by the letter of the law they are right.
Yeah.
Possibly. But you should go to hell for that. Like,
Exactly.
like the guy's like, then you support piracy if you cancel your subscriptions. Like, what? And that's supposed to make me feel bad. Yeah, I support piracy because I do not think Disney deserves my money anymore, which I have demonstrated, tons and tons of times for their movie projects.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm not good, because for several mile phases, I watched every single movie in the cinema. I don't do that anymore. And like, most recent movie that I watched in the cinema was Deadpool, and before that, it was like Spider-Man 1 and Guardians of the Galaxy. But what's the most toxic thing you can do? Anyways, so I have hardly watched Marvel movies in cinemas for, like, let's say, last 5 years, because most of them are shit, genuinely, that I do not think are worth watching, spending time and paying money for. I mean, like, maybe watching to a degree, but again, I kind of watch them, with disappointment, just to kind of keep up a bit. But it's hardly could be called a source of entertainment, really, at this point. We are at the point, not Captain America, fuck no. That's not my cap. They use my cap. Hardly Captain America anyways, he's more similar to fucking Iron Man. Like, with his suit and wingsies and everything else. Like, yeah, no. And it's like, it's a good thing because that movie is shit. Ta-da! Pretty good. You had a problem if you do that? Did not say I blame you. Just ask a question. I mean, like, and I answered it. Occasionally, I do sail the high seas for some Hollywood stuff.
Yeah, I have literally no problem. I watch, like, most of my movies on piracy sites first, and then if I actually like it, I'll buy, like, a digital copy or something.
Piracy is
I
making a
only
huge
want to
comeback as well
support-
in general. I recently watched, like, quite a lot of videos because piracy had went, like, way down when, like, Netflix got released and stuff like that, and that was because we got, like, an easy to use quality product where we could watch quite a lot of stuff. But now the crap that they are
now they
making
make
and
it
that
so
their licensing
inconvenient.
is just becoming worse, and people want to watch less stuff that's on there. And there's so many of these subscription services and prices increasing that people are not willingly paying
Everything
that
back
money
then
anymore.
was on Netflix.
Yeah, exactly, because when Disney Plus was
Now
like
everything
$3.99
costs
initially when I
different
got it or some shit like that, and then all the prices for like Netflix and Disney Plus and everything else go up, and like eventually I realized I'm paying like fucking $60 to all of these different movie subscription services and stuff like that. It's like, the fuck? I used to do that because it was like much more convenient because it was like easy, but then I realized I barely watch them anymore anyways, and was like, yeah, I don't need them, so I canceled my subscriptions, Netflix and Disney Plus and whatnot. And now if I do want to watch something, I do find it online, and that's what it. What If and WandaVision. I liked season 1 of What If, but then it somehow lost my interest a bit. WandaVision started very, very, very good. I liked first half of it. I did not like the Sky Beam, and they'll never know what you sacrifice for me. Again, WandaVision already had started the deprived morality in it, which I hated. They just made Wanda again. They made Wanda fucking evil. like they made Wanda into a villain.
Shut up and take my money.
As far as I'm concerned.
Round it up $5. Last Marvel movie
I
I
liked
watched
What
at the
If
cinema was
and,
Deadpool, and the last
Loki.
movie I watched was live action
Oh,
movie
Viv.
How to Train a Dragon, and I was the only adult in THT movie, and rest of them were parents with children.
Did Rounded Up just fucking surpass me in the Gulag Master, that fucker?
Yes.
I don't think he did. He was at 15 before.
Oh no,
right?
no, he didn't. He's at 21. He was at 16. You were 1601, but he did a membership, so he's 21. Yeah, so he did not. He's 1 cent off.
I don't. Yeah, exactly.
But what I wanted to say, the last thing, like in Disney Plus, I think it is Disney Plus, but I already had canceled my Disney Plus by then. But I did watch it, in the Bering Sea Strait. Was Daredevil. I did enjoy Daredevil. It wasn't perfect. I do have my issues with it, but overall, I think they did a fairly good job with Daredevil. Like, I think it was significantly and heaps and bounds better production than all these, Ironheart, She-Hulks, and whatnot.
Azar, is How to Train Your Dragon, the remake, worth watching? Because last I heard, a few people who were fans of the animated version were not fans of the remake. And season 1 of What If was pretty fantastic. It was pretty good to see Ultron, as he should be.
So yeah, I watched season 1 of What If. I did quite like that. Season 2
It's a
somewhere along the way
live-action
lost
remake,
me.
Alex.
Huh?
Alex was saying the How to Train Your Dragon remake is not a remake, it's live action. It's still a remake, it's just in live action.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But also live from Disney Plus. Disney Plus. Well, I has definite no. There's a Spider-Ham show? Oh, no, it's like a Spider mode. Never mind. Have not seen Agatha all along. Haven't seen.
Did that show finally come out?
Which one?
Agatha all
Yeah, it's out. I watched She-Hulk. That was fucking hilarious.
Round it up $5. I am now mate.
Okay, Alex, if it's okay.
The top is at
If it's-
26.
If it's not correct to say it's a remake, explain it. I mean, I'm happy to understand. If
Moon
it's
Knight was
correct.
almost good. Start of Moon Knight was good again. They just fucked up the ending with the kaiju battles, and again, the wife or the ex-wife or whatever it was making another girl boss. It was whatever.
Eh.
Miss Marvel, obviously not much. Okay. Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier made me so mad. I was looking forward to those series. It made me so fucking mad. This is so stupid.
Yeah. Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier is like the one Marvel property that I've seen that actually upsets me. Like
It's just generally
the
awful.
framing of John Walker, who was
Oh,
completely justified in like everything.
He
they
did nothing wrong. He was like a nice guy. He wanted to be friends with them. And the heroes were just being
Facts.
dicks to him. Like, from the moment they met him, they were like,
Facts.
this guy sucks. And like, we're gonna... The main heroes were like fucking like mean girls at the school. It's like, hey, look at him. He's like fucking so lame and he's so evil. And he's just doing his fucking job. He was a soldier. Like, he was trying to be friends with you.
Fucking classic girl bullying, dude. You can't sit with us.
Yeah.
Literally, they kicked him in the truck and said, "You can't sit with us."
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That it's like, it's sad. Like, so many of those shows could be so good, if they just would remove all that woke shit from it. And like, get slightly better writers. Because like the premises and the ideas there and the storylines from the original comics and shit like that are what many of us would love to see. They just make them so, you know, I'm already whenever I watch anything from Marvel, I'm kind of expecting to have an eye roll at any moment, you know, because there's gonna be like, you know, like, let's talk about gender pay gap in my Marvel show where I want to see superheroes kick each other, you know, and let's bring in every single sexuality under the sun, like, and gender swap every single character, and it's like, it's like, I'm not there for that. And again, as I have explained it before, I don't owe anything to those Marvel shows. It's like, it's up to them to entice me to watch that and to get like my business and to get my attention. And every single one of those things is making me less likely to keep watching and stuff like that. Because that is not why I want to watch that. I want, like, you know, have fun, see, you know, superheroes be cool and be iconic and be heroic. And, you know, have like some sort of feel good, you know, went or get invested in the story, not think about, you know, gender pay gap and, you know, social issues in the USA when USA isn't even like my fucking state.
Exactly. See,
it's like
that's just bringing it back to John Walker. You know, that guy, you know, they beat the shit out of him just after his friend died, and you know what? He was still the bigger man. He still dropped the shield, and he still went from trying to kill the terrorists to saving those people that were in that truck. You know, That's heroic.
Yeah. Or nothing wrong. Anyways. But yeah, that's there we are. There we are. So, at this point, like, MCU just needs a full-on fucking reboot. They need to erase everything they have done in, like, last decade. Like, just about everything past Endgame is just bad. I do not want to learn about hundreds of different sexualities and show what comic book characters. I mean, like, I know. Awful of me. It is horrible, I admit, but... It's also like this whole, like, thing, again, Falcon Winter Soldier and everywhere else, where, like, it's the race issue in America and obviously going all the back to slavery. And this is what I'm gonna say is, like, somebody from, like, Europe. Like, whenever it gets brought up, like, any movie in medium, we are kind of tired of that shit. It's like, it's kind of like an American issue, right? And obviously, but the thing is, it was also a global issue. It just seems like the rest of the world has, like, largely gotten over it because everybody was somebody else's slave or servant at some point. Because I don't know if you know much about world history. It was a fucking bloody and nasty place. The word slave actually comes from, you know, Slav, where Vikings were just, like, swimming to Russia and, you know, taking, you know, a shit ton of slaves and, you know, raiding and pillaging and stuff. So, you know, it's going to the Viking times, way beyond that, and it's like just about every nation on this planet, when you look at it, have either gotten enslaved or have been enslaving people at some point in time in the history. And I get that with America, it's like some of the more recent, you know, transatlantic slave trade, but there were like far more worse and devastating slave trades around the entire globe. But the thing is, like in Europe, and I suspect in much of the other world, like, we're kind of fucking done and over with it, and we're like, just, can you shut the fuck up about slavery already? It's like, we get it, it's like, we get it, it's like, but we just don't care, like, to a point. It's like, well, first of all, starting with, like, it's not our country, it's not really our issue, right? It's kind of like a you problem there that you guys are sorting out, because it's definitely not us type of thing. Like, in Latvia, I could suspect that there are, like, under 100 black people in our country. Like, Latvia is like white.
Oh really? What's your population?
Like 2 million.
I wanna.
Like 1.8, 1.9 million.
Oh yeah. That is an insane ratio. That is.
Yeah, we do have some more like refugees now from, like, you know, India and Pakistan and whatnot, but black people, yeah, we have very, very, very few. Some Chinese people here. In the capital, obviously, there are people visiting and tourists and stuff like that. I'm not counting them, but I'm like thinking about people who could be living here. But I generally think, like, as a permanent resident in Latvia, there would be like less than 100. Like in our town, I know of 2. Like there is a black couple in our town, but you know, that's it. I am from Latvia. And, you know, wish them all the best. Like, absolutely nothing against them, but, you know, all good. But it's just, those are not current issues to us. So, like, whenever it's, like, all this race dynamic happening, it's like, oh, it's like, white America or black America rise up. And it's like, to us, that's, like, a very distant and foreign concept. And we're like, yeah, it's like, can you just be done with that shit? And, can you just be done with that shit and kind of like show us, you know, the superhero shit and stuff like that? Before the war, did Latvians like Russian people? Well, not really, because again, like or dislike. Well, first of all, a lot of people in Latvia are Russians or with Russian ancestry because, you know, they kind of got brought in here in the Soviet Union time. So it's not like Latvia actively dislikes Russian people. There is a, you know, national tension in between there. But you need to take in mind that Latvia has been occupied, enslaved, conquered, divided, and split for like 800 years, since like Middle Ages, since like Livonian times, you know. The, how do you call them, the, you know, religious wars. And that's when Christianity was brought to Latvia, and basically ever since then, we have been ruled over and conquered by either Germans or Russians or Swedes or Poles or fucking God knows what else. Like every shade of white that you can imagine, you know, has raped our, you know, ancestors. So effectively, we are also a genetic mix of 50 shades of white. Because everybody, again, in neighborhood who wasn't lazy, you know, came over at some point and said, I'll just take that. And, you know, so depending on, you know, who was in charge, you know, our people also had different levels of living and different kind of like levels of servitude and prosperity. Nu jūs vakar sarunājāt? Nu es nezinu, ja esat sarunājuši, tad piezvan mammai papras, vai viņi sarunājuši. But yeah, so we have fairly complex kind of like, again, history with Russia, with Germany and stuff like that. But I'll tell you one thing that is very, very different in Latvia. Nobody is trying to get reparations from Russia for Soviet Union times or Germany for any of the world wars, or, you know, Germany effectively ruling over Latvian lands for like 500 years, I think, in total of our history. And it's like, not a single one of us thinks that Germany owes us a paycheck. So, there we are. Like my by the way, it's like before, did Latvians like Russian people? My fiance has Russian ancestry. Her first language is Russian. I mean, she speaks both fluent Latvian and Russian, and she has, you know, she was born in Latvia and stuff like that, but she's definitely Russian. No, she's just like Latvian Russian. Well, yeah, I also would find it weird if I would have to pay for some shit that I didn't do.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, getting free money, you know,
is always nice.
I can see why you wouldn't complain about that. Yeah, but like, I mean, thinking it's owed to you, that I don't think that's a no for me.
That'd be a no for me too. For a very good reason, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright then. Well, let's see how many units we get now. Bastion seems like he's going to be part of some insane niche content. Possibly. Ta-da! 15 units.
Yeah. Are we about to have fucking Bastion Gate?
No, we won't. It would actually be very, very sucky if he was, because I don't have a sense of Bastion. I mean, that'd be like typical.
Gulag word.
Huh? Yeah, no, I don't know
He'd
him
have to
that
be
much.
the new Gulag word, I guess.
He would have to be if he's like super needed for like a piece of content.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I was just thinking, what if Zima was once the Gulag word? But I think you had him. Like,
Yeah, I did.
can you imagine if Zima was the Gulag word? That would be so embarrassing.
Yeah, I know. We had Putin announced military spending cuts for the next 3 years. The economy finally started to drop. I mean, again, not to get into this because everything is, oh, you're just gonna praise Trump or shit like that. Russia's economy was always gonna cater and drop, and if you can reduce the price of oil, or the price of gas and energy in general in the world. And what Biden was doing, obviously, was also artificially keeping the oil prices high. So as long as there is like any danger to the price of natural gas and oil, Russia's economy is going to suffer, just like Middle East economy is, because again, Russia is like fairly big gas station. So obviously the economy will suffer mostly due to that than anything else. I mean, people benefited from what the answers did, right? Indirectly. No, you're not
Have a good
responsible
time,
for
Scott.
the shit that you're not done.
Yes.
I'll put it to you very, very simply like this. Let's say my grandpa, I don't know, went to war and became a war hero. Am I a war hero? No, because I had nothing to do with what he did. Or alternatively, let's say my grandpa was an evil piece of shit, stole a bunch of crap, stole cars, sold them, lived frivolously, and made me in a fucking drunkard stupor. Am I somehow morally responsible for what my grandpa did? Absolutely fucking not.
Exactly. I think York's Prof, the Slingshot channel. I think he even actually York's Prof, the Slingshot channel. You know him, right?
No, I don't think. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I know. I do know the guy.
Yeah, I think even he made a video because his talking about how his grandpa was a Nazi or something, or maybe he wasn't. I think he just.
I think I
had
heard
a
some
Nazi
of it.
background.
I know Arnold's
I
dad
don't
was a Nazi.
remember exactly. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, does that make them a Nazi? No.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, the double standard, it's cringe. It's cringe, guys. Don't do it.
Mention when your grandma got out of marrying 20 rupees. Again, it's still not your fault. It could be blood money. But again, if you are like a modern heir of any fucking tech entrepreneur where like, your fucking grandpa scammed the shit ton of people in the fucking 90s, or your father scammed the shit ton of people, it's still not your fucking fault because you had nothing to do it. You might be benefiting from it. That is the reality of life. But it's still not your fault. You're not morally responsible for the stuff that you do not do. And that is like the end of that conversation. If my dad is going on a killing spree, I'm not doing it. That's him doing it. My dad's in a jail for some crap. It's still not my fault. And I'm not, responsible for that. And also, the moment you are trying to start to redistribute the wealth based on, your ancestors, you're going to start like a whole heap ton of webs where everybody's going to owe everybody money. Because I can promise you it's not going to work out the way you think it does, because a significant portion of, let's say, minority population in America is only like the first or second generation or the third generation that were not living in states in the time of slavery. Also, there's a lot of racial mixing where, for instance, like you are an ancestor of somebody who held slaves and who was a slave. So what you can do is like you're gonna fucking withdraw money from a bank account and then transfer it to your other bank account. Like because then again, it's just impossible web to unravel. I think it is I think it is, a moot point, morally speaking, and it is impossible point to execute fairly. Because there is no way that you could attribute like how many of your ancestors for how long were slaves, and then again how many of your ancestors had slaves and how many had nothing to do with it, and you can start fucking calculating percentages. It's like it's just impossible to actually do it, you know, fairly and reasonably.
I think
about being
I
a
think
good
the
person,
strongest
that's,
argument.
Hmm?
I think the strongest argument against reparations, because AB was saying I think that's the strongest argument against reparations, is like I think you need to be dependent. I think that's like really healthy for you. You know, that's gonna be really like healthy for your mindset and your growth as a person. You know, like don't be expecting handouts in life. I think that's like really gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. But if your dad's in jail for stealing money, you can't use that money. Well, I can't fucking use it if they didn't confiscate him. If they took my dad's money away back when they did, fair enough. If my dad fucking stashed the money in a fucking backyard and I find it, I'll fucking use it. Dude, that's all. Or like, if he stole the money, but, you know, laundered it or whatever, and let's say, you know, did accounting shit, and, you know, the family is still wealthy and everybody on benefits. Like, people are still gonna use it. The problem was the random day this line was drawn in history and everything before was okay. That's not how it works though. It's like, okay, what's the best way to put it? You know, all these scam artists that, you know, go to jail for fraud and shit like that, and they do get put some fines. Like, not all of their assets get seized. They might have gotten like fucking 100 million, and they get like, even the companies and corporations, you know, the fines that they pay for illegal shit, they still often keep the wealth. Life, like, what is the biggest argument there is like, life isn't fair, and you can't make it 100% fair for making it extremely unfair to somebody else. There is no perfect solution, and there never will be. Anyways, that's the way I look at it. Like, because again, if you're talking about fairness, right, I think it would only be just if, you know, Russia and Germany and Sweden, you know, supported Latvia financially because they had occupied and repressed it all that time and stuff like that. Like, it's never gonna happen, and it wouldn't be fair to the people living in fucking, let's say, Sweden and Germany right now, because they didn't do shit.
Oh, welcome Raiders. We are ending pretty soon though.
Yeah, I know, we're finishing now. I do need to go get something to eat. Alright, anyways. As always, interesting stream. Hope
Thanks
you guys
for coming
enjoyed.
over there, guys.
Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, we have